That's right, everybody trading should be using market structures this way. Now we're going to follow on from the previous week's video. We're going to go through another pair on how I mark up my charts. Now this past week I gave you the power again within the community tab to give me another pair this week to go through, and this week we're going to be going through a futures chart on the S&P. Now, of course, if you want to learn more on the supply and demand aspect, then don't forget to check out the Profit Trade workshop. There's a link below in the description of this video, and there'll be a link popping up right now. So we're on the monthly time frame here, and we're going to go through the same process as we have previously on how to mark up these charts. But I suggest you to continue to watch this video to the end, because the reason you're going to find that these charts on the futures are going to be very messy as we go down through those time frames, and it's really crucial you can see how I'm marking up those charts. And also, before we go any further, if you want to see next week's video with a pair of your choice, don't forget to drop that pair below in the comments of this video. So let's now go through this monthly time frame. Let's zoom out first and we can look what's happening. We can see visually straight away that we've got a strong bullish trend. Okay, very bullish on the monthly time frame. We've got no areas to the left we can even look for where the market's going to push into. So we have to go blindly with what price is doing right now. So quickly we can identify we had a break of structure here. That's our last break of structure on the monthly. Now you might be saying, what about this swing high? Okay, what's happened here? We had a small breakdown. That's internal structure. The reason for that, let me just show you, we had a break of structure here to the upside. Okay, right here to the upside. And you can see this point, the market's just gone all the way up to this high. That's a swing pullback. That's a continuation. So that is the current move I am seeing. Yes, we have some internal movements here, perhaps on the lower time frames like the weekly, but we're going to see on this monthly time frame a simple swing pullback continuation. Now, once we see a structure break like this, and we've actually got this movement above the structure high, then we can look for potential pullback at any time. Now, at the moment, the market's still looking very bullish, especially with the current monthly candle. But we can look for a pullback. Now the market may want to go higher, and then we look for that swing pullback to continue once again. Now there's ways we can look for reversal, but right now all you need to know is that we are bullish. We also have a strong low sitting here where we can look for the market to pull back to, and at some point when we see this breakout, we can start to mark up this 50% area where we're looking for price to pull back into our discounted prices. Now, this video is not really about understanding discounted or the supply and demand zones or the imbalances, but it is about market structure. And if you want to learn more on market structure, there is the full playlist in this channel. So either finish watching this video and go and watch that market structure playlist so you can understand all the concepts, especially with the internal structure and the swing structure, or finish watching this playlist. If we've got more videos to come, then go and watch that market structure playlist. So you can identify straight away we're in a bullish market on a monthly time frame. That's how quick and easy it is to simply just apply market structure. This is what I do every single day. And I do this all the way down to the 1 minute time frame. But most of the time I'll go down to 15. That's where I like to look for my entries. So if we go down to weekly time frame next, now what we're going to do, we'll zoom out again and we can look at the chart. Okay, so this is our monthly swing high. That's where we see that break of structure. So now look at the chart. We have weekly structure here as well. And we can now identify that we've been on a bullish move to the upside. You don't need to mark out your structures to see that we're in a bullish trend. So we go in closer. Where do we see that shift? Well, we have this move here. This is a breakout. Let's mark it out as a weekly structure. Where does that come from? It comes from this swing high. There's about a breakout. So all this movement inside is internal structure. This is our swing move. We then push higher. We have another breakout. We have a swing pullback. Again, look at the internal structure on that swing pullback. And look, you can trade these kind of trend moves. It's understanding and reading the structures correctly. And if we continue high, we have a very small breakout there. If I zoom in, you're going to see that better. Okay, so there's a small pullback continuation. And then currently we've got this was a swing pullback. Excuse me, I've clicked on the wrong bit. This is another potential week high where the market's now pushing into. So we would have to wait, okay, for the end of this week for this candle to close, because this could close down and reverse as a bearish candle by the end of the week. And it's going to show me a potential sweep. Then we're going to run for this swing low, continue low. Now you're going to see that on lower time frames in a moment, exactly what that looks like. But at the moment, we are breaking through. Okay, so we do look very bullish. We'd have to see what we're looking like on lower time frames, and we have to wait for this weekly candle to close. Now, I'm assuming this is the same way the Forex markets move. Yeah, we have 5 days of trading in the Forex markets. Obviously, crypto is 24/7. I'm not sure about the futures. I don't trade it. Perhaps if you understand more, leave a comment below. Let me know how we look at trading the futures charts. So based on structure, potentially we could be going higher on that weekly. We are bullish on a weekly. This was my strong low. Okay, on a weekly, this is where I have my area of demand. I was looking for price to pull back to. I prefer to see the market pull back below the 50% area. Now look, we did. We tested that 50% area. So from that point, we've gone bullish. So that is a valid reversal here that we could have found on a lower time frame. Now, quickly, we do have an area of a rally-based rally demand zone where price is held at and is pushed away. So our understanding of supply and demand, okay, with market structure, there's also the imbalances, but with supply and demand is crucial, okay? It's the way we look at the markets to move. The use of supply and demand is the way I trade, okay? It's all inside that profit per trade workshop. If we go down now to a daily time frame, we're bullish on that monthly, we're bullish, okay, on that weekly time frame. Look at the way the markets are starting to look different. Okay, we look very, very messy. This is why I said at the beginning of this video, I want you to watch through, because not understanding how to mark up these types of charts is where you're going to find you're going to struggle. Yeah, it's easy on those previous higher time frames because they are looking more like this. Okay, look, price action looks nice here, but up here it's horrible. Okay, it's really, really looks choppy and we've got gaps in the market. Let's get rid of this. And if we now go in to this movement up, what do we see on a daily time frame? Well, we can already see we're bullish. Again, look, zoom out to the chart. Look at what we can see. We can see we had a shift here, okay, bullish movement, and we continue to be bullish all the way up. We had a bit of a reversal here to downside, okay, which is that pullback potentially on that weekly time frame, and then we had a reversal back higher. So yeah, well, we can see straight away we're bullish. We don't need to mark up the chart to see that, but we need to mark up the closest areas. Look at the charts at the moment. Do you see much on my charts? Okay, I've got some of this back here marked. We don't really need it. We can actually remove these levels. They're not needed. This is all we need. Okay, 1, 2, 3 levels. Okay, 1, 2, and potentially we start seeing a pullback the third level. That's all you need. You don't need to mark up loads and loads of information on your chart. So on a daily time frame, let's have a quick look here. What do we see? So we had a break of structure here. Mark that out as a break of structure on a daily. We then had a sweep here on a daily. Now that indicated potentially the market would go to run this low, which it did. Okay, we went through that low, and then you can see internally we started to be bearish. So this would have been the last swing low on the daily now. Let's mark that out of the daily structure. So we had a break up here. We're looking for a pullback into the area of demand to continue higher. But this sweep indicated the market would pull back. And you can see we've got an internal break of structure, continuation. So when we're looking at this on a daily, what we're seeing is a break up here, pullback, break of structure. Now internally, we have that sweep, we have a breakdown, pullback, breakdown, and a reversal. So you can look at it either this way, okay, internally. Now, if you're just going to look at it as the current swing structure, we had a break of structure here, where we swept that high, a pullback, which broke structure. We will then potentially could say, well, are we going to be bearish? But then we see we break back up. So now we've gone from a bearish bias to a bullish bias. That's the true reversal, okay, looking at a daily. So this weekly level we're currently looking at, we could change that now to a daily structure because it is a true breaker structure on a daily time frame. So now we are bullish. Now, once we break out like this, we can expect a swing pullback at any time. So this is the full swing move up, and we could see a potential pullback to then go higher. Just always remember, once you see that breakout, we can always see that pullback. So there's my current movement I'm seeing on the S&P 500 here, is that we're bullish now on the daily. So we're bullish on the weekly, we're bullish on the monthly, and we're bullish on the daily. So let's now go down to the 4 hour. Okay, and what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you how using the 4 hour time frame, we can find that sell off this sweep we're seeing on the daily, and we can look to sell to the downside. And then when we get down here, we can also use that 4 hour time frame, even though the daily at this point, okay, it's broken structure, but down here, we need to see a reversal to show us that swing pullback is going to work. Okay, now this is more of a counter trend trade at this point, but we're also going with a weekly rally-based rally area of demand here. And the weekly is bullish, so there's no reason why we couldn't have looked to take those trades. Let me go down to a 4 hour to show you the structure. And again, you can see the 4 hour time frame is very, very messy. But if you look closely, you can see all these smaller movements, okay, these wicks in where the breaker structure comes in. And I've just now go in closer. This is where we see that sweep happen right there. I'm marking it as a 4 hour sweep. It's just about there in the market. So we just swept, okay? Let's mark that across. Okay, so we just swept that high. Our current breakout was still this level, but on a 4 hour, when I see this sweep and then I see a break of structure here, I'm seeing this as a potential reversal. We then pull back to this area of supply. Okay, so that's where we see the market pulling back to supply. Inside that area, we have another break of structure. Okay, we're starting to read the markets. We then have another pullback into supply again, another break of structure. Now at this point, we actually run all the way down here. This is our next swing pullback to this swing high, another break of structure. And this is where we see that reversal. So now you can start seeing where the structure reverses. We have another break of structure once again, another break of structure again. So that's how you can start to mark up those charts, okay? Now, obviously, when we get down here, at this point on the daily, it's a swing pullback on the daily, and it's more of a counter trend trade, but it does not mean you cannot trade it. You can hold these trades and run for this strong high. There's no reason this cannot turn into a weak high with going with that weekly time frame. We then have another break of structure there and a final break of structure there. You can see the market is now bullish. So at this point, we've broken structure again on the daily. So we could see a swing pullback. What's going to show me that swing pullback now is going to be a break of this low. We need to see a reversal of structure. Unless, of course, the market from here does push higher, breaks this swing high, then we drop back, and then you start to see that swing pullback. Okay, now that is a swing pullback, so it's a counter trend move again. So you need to take caution when you're setting the market like this. What you're potentially looking for is the market then to shift back bullish, where then you're going to catch a trade which is going pro trend, and you're going to be able to catch a much better, higher probability trade where you can look to make longer term profits. We're looking to target the next week highs and areas of structure and imbalances, swing highs and lows. All of this you can learn throughout the channel. Again, there is a playlist that goes through imbalances. If you want to learn more on imbalances, check out that playlist. It's a great playlist. Remember, this is the third video. Like I said earlier on, if you want to see next week's video with the pair of your choice, how to look at the markets, how I'm marking them up, don't forget to drop that down below in the comments. Let me know what that pair is. So we've been through, we now understand that all structures from the monthly, the weekly, the daily are all bullish, and this 4 hour is bullish. Just keeping in mind that we're now bullish on that daily with a swing move up here. Okay, so that's where we've broken out that structure, reversed it. At any point, we could see a swing pullback, okay, and then a continuation. So for that, I like to see if the market did pull back from here and pull back below this 50% area that I've got marked. If you want to check out the prop trade workshop, Okay, there's about 9 workshops left this month. There'll be a link popping up in a moment for you to go through and check that out. And don't forget to watch the next video in this playlist. If there is a video already created, hey, watch that video next. If not, go and watch one of those playlists on market structure or imbalances. Is going to help you in your trading.